So in our last class, we talked about SOH and how we could use this acronym to just set up our trig proportions. So remember, SO for sine, S stands for sine, stands for the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. So the acronym to remember is SOH, because sine opposite over hypotenuse. Then for cosine, let me just draw this over here so it fits. Cosine is the second acronym, CAH, which is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And the last one is TOA. And TOA just stands for the opposite side over the adjacent. So opposite over adjacent. And the most important thing when we get a right triangle is to label it with our opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse sides so we could figure out which one we're going to use. So for example, if I had this triangle here where J is 58.2 and JK is 5.4, well, here's my reference angle, the 58.2. So the side across from it is my opposite. The side across from the 90 is the hypotenuse. And the side next to the angle is the adjacent side. So my adjacent is 5.4. Now, when we set up our trig ratios, we're going to run in two different ways where we could solve for x if I have a missing side. So if I wanted to find a missing side and my x was in the numerator, you could think about it as just putting this side over 1 and cross multiplying. So x times 1 is x equals 6 times cos 58. And we would just type that in our calculator. If you have a scientific calculator, it's easier to do 58 and hit cosine first. So the cosine of 58, it's 0.5299, then multiply that times 6, and we get x equals 3.1795. This has nothing to do with this triangle, by the way. I'm just showing you examples how to solve. So don't look at this triangle right now. Another example where we need to solve is if our x is in the denominator. So think about if we were trying to find the hypotenuse, because cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, when we cross multiply this one, something kind of different happens. 6 times 1 is 6. X times cos 58. I want to solve for x, so I need to divide both sides by cos 58. That way it cancels out over here, and x is just 6 divided by cos 58. A shortcut, when you have x in the denominator, is just to switch the cos 58 and the x, or whatever the sine, cosine, or tangent is with the x, because if you look down here, it's just 6 divided by cos 58. So in the beginning, we started setting up this example on the front page, but now that we're on the inside left, we're going to try this example out. So I labeled what they gave me, J is 58.2, JK. See how it's 2 letters? That means it's a side. Between J and K is 5.4. See how there's an angle symbol there and a 58 degrees? So that's an angle. Now we want to label our sides based on this information. So I need my opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Across from the 90 is always the hypotenuse. So JL is hypotenuse. Across from the angle, the reference angle here, is always my opposite side. And then next to my angle is the adjacent side. So this question says determine the length of KL. KL is my opposite side. The number, or the other side that I know, is my adjacent side. So when I'm setting up and trying to figure out if I'm going to use sine, cosine, or tangent, I want to think about SOH. This acronym is going to help me figure out what's sine, cosine, or tangent to use. So adjacent A and opposite O. A and O are here with the T. So it's tangent. So this one's going to be tangent of my angle equals the opposite side over the adjacent, or SOH. So O over A. Now I just fill in what I know. I know my angle, tan 58.2. 58.2 is my angle. equals the opposite side, which is x, over the adjacent side, which is 5.4. So there's my proportion. I just need to solve for x. So I can put this side over 1, cross multiply. X equals 5.4 times tangent 58.2. Now this is where you just need a calculator. Make sure it's in degree mode. I like to do the tan 58.2 first if I have one of the scientific calculators. So tan 58.2 and hit enter. That is 1.612 times 5.4. I get 8.7. Said round to the nearest tenth, so that's 1 decimal place. It's really 8.709. But since it's 70, it just rounds to 8.7. So that's how I found that missing side. I would pause the video, try the next 2 problems on the right on your own, then I'll come back and show you the answers. So on the first try, I just labeled what they gave me, and I'm trying to find AC, so that's my x. So again, I want to label my triangle across from the 90, this side's my hypotenuse. My angle here is 24. The side next to that angle is the adjacent. So I have hypotenuse, and I want to find the adjacent. So I think about TOA. The one with adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So cosine of my angle equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Now my angle is 24, so cos 24. The adjacent is x, the hypotenuse is 14. So I just got to cross multiply to solve. X equals 14 times cos 24. And when you type that in your calculator, you should get 12.789. And it's said to the nearest tenth, so it's 12.8. So I look 1 to the right, 8 means go up. The bottom question says how far to the nearest foot, how far away from the base is the stake? So I'm trying to find this side. Now I have 50, which is the opposite, and I want to find this bottom, stake to the pole. Let me just make sure that's right. Can't see the question. Yeah, from the base of the pole should the stake. Base of the pole to the stake, that's that side. And that's my adjacent side. So I have opposite and adjacent, so that's tangent. My angle is 52. Opposite side is 50. My adjacent is x. So I want to find x. It's in the denominator, so I could cross multiply, or I could remember the shortcut, just trade places with this one. It's 50 divided by tan 52. Then when we type that in our calculator, tan 52 is 1.27. So if you want to make this a decimal first, if you have a calculator that's hard to do, it's 50 divided by 1.2799. So 50 divided by 1.2799. And you get 39.06. It says to the nearest foot, so it's just 39 feet.